All right. What's going on, guys? My name's Mark. I am the AI real estate investor, and I've got Osmar here. He works with me at the AIrealestateinvestor.com. And today, Osmar is going to be taking me through um, the copyright or the AI persona method, right? And he's actually done more of the training than me. I've skimmed it. But he is going to take me through creating my own AI persona for the AIrealestateinvestor.com. So before I go into all that, I'll tell you a little bit where my story came from and kind of how I got here. Born and raised in Mustang, Oklahoma, and I started local house buyers after working for somebody here locally in Oklahoma for almost 2 years as a acquisition specialist. And I was buying and selling houses, got into real estate, and I've ran local house buyers now for 6, 7 years. I lose count. And now we own local house buyers. We own OKC Invest. We own the AIrealestateinvestor.com and a couple other companies. So we also have a software company that is coming out very, very soon. We haven't finalized name yet, but working on that. And today I'm super excited because we're going to be filming this whole thing. And this will be the first real AI persona with this method that's been built in my company. Now, that doesn't mean it's the first AI persona that's been built. I've actually been playing around with this stuff quite a bit, building out different personas and things like that. But I want to be really clear, having the persona is one thing, using it is another thing, right? Having it sitting over here is one thing, but using it and then having a set of systems or processes or people to make sure you're using it. And when I say systems, I could be talking about a CRM, a Go High Level, or something like that, Podio, or a bunch of different systems. And so it's really, really important if you're thinking about coming to the AIrealestateinvestor.com, we would love to give you a consult and build one of these for you, like you're going to see get built for me, right? And I'm super excited about it because I've been wanting these for a very long time. And we got to go through some of the best training. I mean, I partnered with Jeff J. Hunter, one of the best in copywriting. So, I'm just super excited to be here. I'm going to let Osmar run the show. I'm actually, believe it or not, going to keep my mouth shut until asked a question. So this is going to be a challenge for me, but I think we can get it done. Once again, I'm Mark with the AIrealestateinvestor.com. And today we're building out AI personas. We're building out AI personas for the AIrealestateinvestor.com. Take it away, Osmar.
AI personas, right? AI personas, man. 5 years ago, I would have never thought, I would be in a meeting, building out a persona, someone that's gonna take over, and definitely optimize your business, right? So it's gonna definitely put you in a different position, definitely get you leverage off the competition, and boy, is there competition out there.
Yes.
Mark, right? All right. So basically, first of all, I want to just get into just the basics of it, right? What are we going to be doing? We're going to build out, a persona, basically in a robot, artificial intelligence robot that's going to help you out in your business in all types of different aspects. We're going to kind of focus in on the marketing aspect of it, right? Um, but yeah, what we're gonna be using is ChatGPT. I know you know about ChatGPT. I know I've spoken with you. In case anybody that doesn't know about ChatGPT, then it's just a large language model where basically you feed it information. You feed it data, you give it context, you ask it how you want it to do something, and it's gonna give you an answer. And boy, are the answers good, right? So what's happening right now is that everybody's going crazy with ChatGPT. Everybody is they're just asking it all type of questions, right? But they're giving it no guidance, right? So the answers that it's giving is going to answer you, right? but the answers that it's giving you are very bland, very, they don't go with your business. They don't have the values that you're looking at. It's kind of just going off of whatever the internet has. And the internet has some crazy information out there. So if you're not training your AI, your ChatGPT to give you the information that you want, accurately, then it's just going to be giving you all over the place information, and it's not going to help your business. So that's where we come in, right? Do you have a marketing team currently for your business?
Yeah, it's called Osmar.
Oh man, I heard about this, man. You're doing great, man. You're gonna be going places.
No, currently not. I like I said, I'm kind of a techie nerd. I play around with Chat GPT if I want to market something, but I built one out for Andrew Cross coaching. So if anybody ever saw, his TikToks or stuff like that, the first iteration of that, I actually built and taught his VA how to use GPT. And what we did was kind of interesting. And, as people are watching this for the AI real estate investor.com, we were able to feed it transcripts because, and I think this is how Chat GPT works. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but um, we were able to feed him transcripts of Andrew's YouTube series that he had over the course of a year. He had season one. And so these were videos that he already had created, right? And so we were then able to give that over to the GPTs and get it to start. I didn't necessarily know that's what I was doing, but I was giving it all that information to teach it as much as I could about Andrew, if that makes sense. And we were able to get some pretty cool stuff. We would take it and it would transform that text into a social media post, Facebook post, LinkedIn post, so on and so forth. And
Right.
so that's why if you see any of that from Andrew Cross Coaching, we're doing a lot of that from there.
Right. And that's awesome, right? You're already taking advantage of the AI. And that's where what's happening is this kind of all over the place, right? You're getting some information here, you're putting it there. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to create structure, right? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create the marketing team or assistant, the perfect marketing assistant, that's gonna do exactly what you want it to do. I know time is of essence, and especially in your case, right, with everything that you have going on. So this is definitely, we're gonna crunch that time up, and what we're gonna do is the marketing assistant is gonna basically put everything in structure for you, right? So we're gonna build out a plan for a week, right? We're gonna build out a plan for a month. So we're basically getting you that team, right? That structure, and we're building it out for you, where you can definitely, it's perfect, right? If you have anything that we're gonna show you how to train it, we're gonna show you how you can, if there's any mistakes or anything, how to fine tune it. And it's definitely gonna be valuable for your company, right? So, Mark, I do want to get some information from you, right? Before we get started, what is the company, right? What is the specific company? I know you got several, right? But what is the company that we're gonna be building the persona for right now?
Well, we're actually going to build it for this company, the AI real estate investor.com. So that's the company that we're gonna build it for.
Okay. AIrealestateinvestor.com. And what does that company do, Mark?
Yeah, so the company is designed, number one, I fell in love with GPT when in March of, what was it, March 10th or something, my life changed. A lot of people say this, but I've been a marketer my entire life. I market mostly with my word of mouth. I'm pretty good at talking to people. I'm pretty good at, I don't like to talk on the phone, believe it or not. I'm actually a pretty good salesperson, but I don't enjoy talking on the phone. But I've been a marketer my entire life. And the way you market something matters to me. And I want to take Chat GPT and I don't want it to be a new spamming device like we had. I did that when I was younger and through marketing when I was learning. I was really trying to help people, but I really made a lot of people angry and learned some things not to do when I was younger. And the AIRealestateInvestor.com, number one, I saw an opportunity to get the AIRealestateInvestor.com. And I love AI. I love what it can do. I'm the type of person that believes this, that tools, just like money or vehicles or anything like that, the vehicle's a great thing until it piles through a whole bunch of children. You just used a really great thing to hurt people, right? And
Right.
I know AI is going to do that. And so, but so does every tool. A gun can be used to save somebody's life. It can also be used to take somebody's life, right? And so what I want to do is I want to be on the cutting edge, and I want to follow people who already have a really good brand, like Jeff J. Hunter, who we actually learned this method from, to create these personas. And the whole goal behind it is to help other real estate investors or business owners in general. I mean, I have an affinity for real estate investors because I am one, and we're all kind of a little crazy. But the whole idea of what we do with data, what we do with sellers, what we do with buyers and contracts and deeds and title work and all of this documentation that we deal with, how can I get tools that can not only help me in my endeavors and my businesses, in my marketing, but also help everybody around me, right? If I can give somebody a consult that helps their business by, man, if I can help you get one more client or two more clients a month in real estate, if that's a wholesale deal, man, that could be $20,000, $40,000 a month, right? So depending on what you do, you know, I want to help. I want to use this tool to help. And I believe that I've got a voice and an education over the last year that I've kind of, neglected my family and completely dove into AI like 6 hours a day, every single day, on top of running all the companies that I run. But it was because I believe in this stuff to a very, very fine T, because it makes our lives easier if we learn it. But I think a lot of people don't understand the importance and how much there is to learn. Does that make sense? And I want to condense that for people. I want to make it easier for them to get started and easier for them to start using GPT. I mean, I think I spent $200 on GPT hits, right? But we use it a lot here. So, like, it's just a tool we love and we use, and I want to help other people, and I want to do it at a very, very high level. I want to help the guy that's just getting started, but I also want to help that Fortune 500 company that, wants to take his company to 500 million to, whatever. So that's my goal.
Man, that's an awesome goal. I feel like it aligns with my goals as well. Uh, and let's go ahead and get started.
Do it.
So the company website, the AIRealestateInvestor.com. Is
Yes.
that correct? Okay, perfect. Now, what would be your ideal customer, right? Your ideal market. I know you said, real estate investors, right? But really, in general, business owners.
Right.
Um, is there anything more specific that you would want to be
Yeah.
attending to?
Yeah. I think you have to have a level of patience a little bit to work with this stuff, right? Um, I don't think it takes long for you to start seeing how valuable it is and start understanding it's a tool that I can start using. But if you don't know how to use email and Facebook and the internet currently, maybe you need a different course, right? Maybe you need something, which I plan to help people, because I think there's a huge gap between the people who even understand how to use a phone and how to properly use the internet, right? I love tech, but I think the main person this is for somebody who says, you know what, I'm not afraid of AI. Maybe I am a little bit, but I know I'm going to start using it. and I already have a copywriter, or I have the money for a copywriter, but I don't know how to buy one, or somebody who's actually used some of the tools that you're going to help me build today, I think would be more beneficial. Like Andrew Cross, hopefully I get a meet with him, and go over this whole thing with him, because uh, you know his business, he's outsourced a lot of people. He's outsourced VAs, virtual assistants, and he's outsourced copywriters, and he's had people come in and build websites for him and CRMs and all kinds of stuff like that. And he understands that there's a level of technical knowledge and there's a level of expertise that you need in the business, right? And so I think it's somebody who understands that um, paying for the value of what they're getting is very, very important to them. Somebody who understands that an investment in their education is just as important as that next deal.
The ideal audience would be somebody, who already knows marketing, copywriting, and they know the value, right? And paying for, the enhancement, they're gonna know what they're getting.
Right. Or they've had that, or they've had the pain of not having that on their team, right? Needing to push out content, needing to, at first when you start becoming somebody who wants to do more social media, you're like, okay, I'm going to record more. And then you're like, okay, I have all these videos. What do I do with them? And then you're like me, I have 1,100 Loom videos that we are working on using AI to turn those into content engines, right? Because let's face it, we live in a content is king society, right? Back in 60 years ago, you had to become something prominent and rise up through the ranks. Now, literally, you can start a TikTok channel and become famous in a year based off of what you produce, right? Which is a pretty cool
One video,
model when you
one
really
video.
think about it. It's a pretty cool model when you think about it. So, somebody who understands that you're going to pay for it, either you're going to pay for it with time, like education, like me over the last year. I mean, think of what that would cost if I took everything that I've downloaded, like 6 hours a day of learning AI for the last year, what that would cost if I put together a course for a college, right? What would that cost? That would cost thousands of dollars. That would cost like $10,000, $15,000 to be able to do some of the things that we can do with AI. So I think it's somebody who understands the value in paying for education. I've been paying for education for the last 10, 15 years, right? I seek out education to find it. And so somebody who understands the value of that. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, marketing, content is king. I mean, nowadays, if you're not doing marketing, then I don't know what you're doing, right? If you got a product, if you got a service that you're wanting to push out, a lot of times people think that, you just, hey, I got the service, one Facebook post and no likes, and then you're like, hey, it didn't work. So
Right.
we definitely want to, emphasize the fact that marketing is king, right? Content is king. I mean, hey, Kanye West spent $7 million on a Super Bowl ad and made it with his iPhone, and he
Right.
made 19 million in revenue, right?
Right.
So that tells you a lot, right? There's two lessons from that. I mean, hey, one lesson is that you can put out anything, really. It doesn't really have to be any high fancy top quality stuff, right?
I
And
think I
another thing
think
is
people
that,
are craving for realness.
right,
I mean, it's
right.
weird saying that in an AI conversation about how to train an AI, am I right? But I think people are craving, oh, you're shooting that from your home and that's your kid over there? That's real. Now, what you may not be saying may not be real. I'm not saying that, right? That's not the same thing. But I think people are tired of the fake teleprompt. Um, this is what I'm supposed to say because I'm supposed to say it. And because that's not how people really are. That's not
And that's also where we come in, Mark, is the fact that people are using AI, right? but a lot of times it's super. You can tell that it was written by AI, right? Me that I'm in this space and I know about it. I see content all the time where it's just like, hey, he just copy pasted that content from Chat GPT, right?
Yep.
So what we're doing is we're training the persona to be more like you, right? To be more like your business values, to be more human like, so that hey, people don't want to see that stuff, right? Like you said, right? And even not just people, I mean, the algorithm will put you more back too, right? Because they see that you're just copy pasting things. They're like, this guy's not serious about his thing, so the algorithm won't put you in front of that many people. So that's what we're training the persona to do, right?
I think AI
Yeah,
is going to force people to get better, actually.
yes, yes, because it is gonna force us to actually, level up, right? It is forcing us to level up. Or you just stay behind. Well, that's what we don't want you to do, Mark. Right? We want you to level up, Mark. That's what we're
Right.
on the school for, right?
That's right.
Um, so basically, what would you say are your day-to-day challenges in your business?
I think one of them is going to be taking a business owner who says, I have this thing and it's working. Why do I need to mess with this thing over here? And I would just caution that person, right? Because that may be true this year, it may be true next year, but what I've watched people like Jeff J. Hunter do is build evergreen content that builds upon itself, right? I read Jeff's I read Jeff's emails knowing that he's pitching me and knowing that he's doing a really, really good job pitching me. And half the time I buy the stuff. Does it right? And doesn't that feel more real?
Yeah.
Because I have a connection with the content that he's created. Now that does mean that Jeff was he was a copywriter for years before before creating the course. And so he had some of that knowledge. Just like me, I've been working on Python and doing some really, really cool things with the back end of API. And we'll go into all that stuff another time. This is not that meeting, but the guy that's thinking that AI is not going to infect his business. I'm sorry, man. That's the guy that's driving the horse and carriage buggy, saying that automobile isn't going to put me out of business.
Right.
He's still, I mean, he's making like he's the cobbler, right? He's making the 1 and 2 a month that he can get out with his processes. And then Henry Ford comes around and he, builds out a freaking assembly line that's blowing you off the block.
So your everyday, day-to-day challenges, basically someone who's, just, you know, content with what they're doing, right? Um, and they don't really see how drastic, it's changing, right? I see it. I see that there's a wave of change coming right now. And hey, that's just sometimes that's what happens, right? Sometimes the tsunami comes, it takes things away, and whatever's left, hey, it starts to build on it.
Yeah.
But what would be other challenges that you say that you have for your business?
I think it's also going to be. I think a lot of people think, and this one's kind of true to me because I'm a Christ follower, but um, a lot of people think AI is the end of time. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know, but I do know God says not to worry about it, and that you won't have all the answers. So that's good enough for me. Um, you know,
Right.
and so they could have thought the same thing about vehicles. They could have thought the same thing about electricity. Look, to me, innovation is amazing because it pushes everybody to get better. I really feel like it does, and I think the challenge, honestly, is it's going to be turning people away because of how much inflow is going to be coming from people who want this. I think there's a huge need for quality education on how to get the basic level GPT working for me. not 5 million other 100 automations and stuff like that. Like, you want to work in that world, man, come see me. We'll probably build a freaking giant mastermind for it, whatever. But because that world is fun, right? It's also very, very crazy and stuff breaks all the time. But GPT's up, it's running, it works if you know how to work it. And I think that's what people have to understand is they'll go to GPT and they'll type something in and they get crap results. And they're like, why is that? Can you tell me why that is, Osmar?
Because they're not putting in the information, right? That GPT needs to answer you. I mean, GPT is I mean, it will answer anything, right? It knows a lot too. But if you're not feeding it the data that it's supposed to know, because there's some data that it doesn't have, right? There's some data that's not on the internet, and you're not giving it the context that it needs. So anytime you're making a prompt, right? Anytime you're feeding GPT anything, it has to have, you got to feed it data. You got to put it in the context that you want to put it in, and you're going to have to ask it how you want it to do it, right? So a lot of times people are putting in, the context and they're asking it how, and they're not giving it the data, right? A lot of times they're giving it the data, they're not they're telling it how, but they're not putting in the context. So there's like an equation of it, right? That you have to always give it, or else it's not going to give you the correct answer.
Wow.
So that hey, that's 101 on prompt, right? Prompt
There we go.
engineering.
There you go. There's your free lesson, guys.
That's another class, another class.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's where we're training it, right? We're getting all that information. That's why I'm asking you these questions, in order for it to be as exact as we can possibly get it. And then if not, we can fine tune it, right? We'll be able to put it to where we want it to be. Um, but yeah, definitely. People, they do think that it's the end of the times with AI, and I think I believe in. I don't know if you've seen like the dragon, the circle, like a dragon in a circle, like biting its tail.
Yeah.
That's like I don't know exactly how to say it, but it's there's never a end of time, right? It's just a new beginning. So I think that's where we're at right now. And we just gotta know what we're using, right? We gotta make sure that we're putting it into play in our business, in our businesses, right? Um, in order to have that leverage, right?
Right. 100%. And putting the same emphasis that I do on the business structure and like how the money's going to flow and who's going to do what. I need to put that same business sense into my GPT because I mean, that the way I look at it is the more I spend that, the more time I spend with it, talking to it, telling it what I want. I mean, it seems weird. I say please and thank you. And oh, that was really good. You did a good job on that one. Hey, can you do it a little bit more spicy on this one? Right. But literally, I'm talking to it like a human. And
Right.
so, and to be honest with you, I've never been able to talk to a human and get a result that fast. And so, another thing that it's done, I've started to learn peer programming or programming, and a concept in programming is called peer programming, meaning you have a peer right next to you who also knows how to program. And so you're sitting there back and forth. Same thing with no matter what you're doing. If you're selling cars and you need a marketing director, and you need that marketing director to kind of help you with making sure that on Christmas you've got the right stuff, on New Year's, right, making sure all that stuff. I think ChatGPT shines there. And then when you give it the context that you were talking about, when you give it feed it information from the internet that it needs about your business, or feed it information like you're going to do here with me today, it then gets the context that it needs to then go make a better decision. And then you can tell it to look at a certain area of your context. Are you kidding me? Like, I can't do that with you very well. I can't do that with myself very well. Right? We can talk into ideas and simulation, but it's really hard for me to go, hey, Mark, you really need to focus over here. Okay. Yeah. Good job. Yeah. I do. I know that. I know I need to focus over. That's what most humans say. Oh, I know. Okay. What did that do? Nothing. What does it do when you do it to GPT? Oh, okay. Let me try to give you another response. Let me try to make you happy. It's the ultimate people pleaser, is what it's trying to be. Now that take that with a grain of salt, guys. They're turning this stuff into robots, and I think it could do some horrible things for society, right? But anything can be misconstrued that way. So I think you got to be careful not to kill your own life or not to progress in life because you think a technology somebody worked their butt off to build is going to end everything. Like, how much could that affect your kids? That's what you need to think about. Oh man, this ain't gonna work. This is stupid. AI is just like blockchain. Da, 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 da. Well, people made billions during blockchain. People made billions.
And
Bitcoin's going up the roof right now, right? Like all kinds of. So, you know, if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh man, I don't need to learn that stuff, man, just be careful because you might get like wiped out of business with guys that have it, right? Because I I could go on forever. I've got to stop. We've got to keep rolling. So, uh, but I mean, it's just I'm passionate about it, right? I'm super passionate about it. And I think one reason why I'm so passionate about it is because I've spent the last year. March is when this came out. And I've spent the last year 6, 7 hours, I mean, nights, 2 o'clock in the morning, learning about GP, learning about this, learning about how this works, right? Which made me take action and buy Jeff's course and get even more educated. So now I've got my education from everything that I've taken. I've got Jeff's over here, and I actually run a business and we're implementing it. And now I can say, hey, this worked for us, this didn't work for us. And now I've got it condensed down to where we can do a consult, get you a GPT, at least get you start using the technology. And that's what I want to open people up to doing, is just seeing it, seeing how awesome it can be. Yeah.
no, and just real quick to add on to what you're saying, I mean, yeah, blockchain and all of that. I think it had like a crazy hype up, right? When it started with NFTs and everything. But that was the real like that was the start of something, right? And always in the start of something is when it's like a craze, right? It's like when people go crazy for it and people and there's not really no use cases for it yet, right? Because it's so new and it's just boom, of course, it's a bubble, right? It starts a
Yeah.
bubble, boom, bubble crashes, boom, everything goes down, everything's to zero. I mean, those bored apes, monkeys were like what were they like 100,000, 500,000, I think, right?
Yep.
I think they're probably like $100 now or something. I don't know how much they're worth, right? But the value super went low because hey, people stopped thinking that there was use cases for it. But it's still there. And
Yep.
there's still people working on it. There's people spending a lot of money to see how they can incorporate blockchain into their business, right? There's still people spending a lot of money, seeing, the Bitcoin is going up. I mean, so all this is here to stay. I mean, if anybody thinks that this is just a phase or something,
Well,
then
and don't think that blockchain and contracts and real estate, don't think that we can't move stuff once we learn it, right?
yeah.
Once I learn how to put a house under contract and distribute it throughout throughout just my own network through a coin that we're getting a little off base here. Like these are visions, right? Like these
Oh,
are
yeah.
things that I think I could seriously see, especially with GPT being where it's at. Because now, by the way, guys, GPT has taught me so much about itself and about its other tools and about the things that are coming out. It's allowed me to to build an AI newsletter that's going to be coming to you guys soon. It's allowed me to build a website that's going to be coming to you guys soon. It's allowing me to educate, like school. Oh man, my kids are in Epic right now, and I believe that school could get privatized with GPT. It could 100% get privatized with GPT because you could create tests. You could create everything that you need to do to say, no, I self-taught my kid. Here's the proof. Get the heck out of here.
Right.
Wow. Right? That's scary. That's scary because government relies on school to get W-2 employees. And people don't know that, but that's what they do, right? That's part of a larger system. But my main goal with the AI real estate investor.com, man, uh, number one is help these businesses, help real estate investors, help people not be too afraid of the technology, um, and start opening their minds up to how it's used.
What would you say is your mission statement? Mission statement for your business?
Man, can you do you think you could help me come up with that?
Yes, yes. So definitely, we're gonna go ahead and go into Chat GPT
Okay.
and have him come out with a mission statement. Let's see what it comes up with.
Okay.
At AI Persona Consulting, our mission statement is to empower businesses of all sizes and industries to navigate the complex landscape of artificial intelligence with confidence and clarity. We are dedicated to demystifying AI technology. That's a good word, man.
That is.
Demystify
That is.
AI technology, offering personalized guidance and providing practical solutions that are tailored to each client's unique needs and goals. Our goal is to help business owners understand the potential of AI, how to integrate it into their operations effectively, and harness its power to driven innovation, efficiency, and growth. Through our expert consultancy, we aim to transform the way businesses operate, enabling them to leverage AI technologies to achieve unprecedented levels of success and competitive advantage in their respective markets. Mark, I thought about that. That was in my mind. I knew that was your mission statement. I just needed some help.
Yeah.
Guy, right?
Yeah, that was good. I liked it.
Is there anything you would want to add to that or change to that?
I definitely I know a little bit about this, so I definitely want to add my name to it, not the AI persona consulting. And I would love to take kind of some of the stuff that I told you earlier and see how that changes that mission statement. But I mean, I think that's a really good start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome,
I like it.
awesome. Now, do you have any unique selling points?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I number one, I don't know anybody that's been studying this stuff as much as me. like, like I'm telling you, man. I I think our team is on the cutting edge of whatever's happening. We are dialed in on every white paper that's coming out. So I think a clear way to say that is since we use GPT all the time, we are, well, let's see. Let's see. See, this is where I struggle. This is where I struggle. Um, I don't know how to put it in a bottom line sense, but basically I feel like I'm better than anybody on the education of this stuff. I just do, man. I eat, sleep, and drink it sometimes so much that it's probably affected my other businesses a little bit. Um, because of how much I know it's going to impact them all. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. No, and it is for everything, right? For every business you got, it's even. I mean, we kind of got to be a little specific with it, right? Because it's for different aspects of each business, right?
Yeah.
And in the training that we're gonna go
Oh, I
through right
like
now,
that. I like that demystifying AI for everyone. I like that one.
did it hear me? Do you think it heard me when I said I like that word?
I think it did, man. I think it did.
So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna help you create a persona, right? For anything that you want to use it for. I mean, it really is as how creative are you with it, right? Because I'm gonna give you several use cases for it. That is you're gonna see the value in it, right? But when we're done with the call, is like, what are you gonna do after, right? That's what really counts, right? What are you gonna do when we get off the call? Because right now, I mean, I'm gonna give you everything, Mark. You're gonna have it at your fingertips, right? You're gonna have it, but what are you gonna do with it? right? That's the question. That's the question that we're
Okay.
gonna ask. So I asked GPT just some unique selling points that we can go off of as well. You got unique selling point, personalized AI integration plans. So that's what we're doing right now, right? Demystifying AI for everyone. We're definitely going to be putting this out there. Everybody's going to know AI. Everybody's going to know Mark Carpenter's AI consulting, and they're going to know that it's readily available, right? Industry
Not to mention
specific,
we're certified.
certified,
Yeah,
certified,
baby.
right? Certified. I need to talk to you about that too. Certified.
Yeah, absolutely.
uh, industry specific expertise, right? There's nobody like you said, right? There's nobody out there. There's too many people worried about other things, like you said, right? The real estate industry has a lot of things that you got to do. So just on one thing that you want to do, there's a lot of processes behind it. So there's not really anybody else that's doing it, right? And your specific industry, I think that's another thing, right? There's not really AI real estate investor, right? You are the real estate AI investor, right?
That's right.
So, so, so yeah, I mean, industry specific expertise. I mean, you got outcome focused strategies. We're definitely going to be putting that in play. Comprehensive support and training. You are going to have, that you are going to be able to reach out to us, via, message or email. I think we're going to give like a 30-day think maybe 30 days. We'll see. We'll see about that. Right.
Yeah,
But so
yeah,
you are going to be able to have us, to help you out, anything that you need throughout the way. We do have ethical AI use and data privacy. So we're not, out here giving out any information. So you definitely have that peace of mind. Innovative partnership and technologies, all this that we're doing, custom AI development. So we're going to give you all of this. These are definitely unique selling points that's going to help out. Great. So we'll
yeah.
go ahead and
You know what's kind of neat about that is, and this, like, this is the power of GPT, right? Like, it it's already taking you down the line to where custom development, right? Because this is where you start. You start with personal AI and you start playing around with it. And then you go a little bit deeper, like you have now, with me, and you've started taking another course, right? Then it went to industry specific expertise, right? I took mine and went on a programming, um, because I like to go for the hardest thing. Right? Go figure out how can I take AI and in fact programming. Like, how can we use that? Got some really cool stuff on that coming, but as you keep going down, go to 5, comprehensive support and training. We're absolutely going to roll out at least email and a Facebook group for you guys so that y'all can be interacting. A big part of it is interacting with other people who aren't afraid of it, right? Because if you talk to somebody who doesn't like AI, they they're not very fun to talk to. Custom AI development, right? That's where I'm starting to delve into, to where we're starting to do things with data from the county assessor and things like that, right? That goes back to your expertise, your data, your context, right? And then that custom AI development, which is where I think the next step is for any business. And guys, I don't have a plan built out for that yet or not. I'm still learning, so all that's new. But yeah, so this is just really neat how it's almost has explained kind of my process through going through AI.
right. Yeah, that's how we're trying to train it, right? We're gonna try to train it to be exactly like you, exactly how you want it. That's where we're going. But yeah, the benefits for potential customers with this consulting, what do you see as benefits for the
God, do we have 2 hours? Benefit. Uh, benefits. Well, so it drives me crazy when my kids don't know the answer to a question, right? And they go ask Google.
Right.
I'm like, use your brain. Like, if it's a math question, add it up, right? Like, and I say this talking about how powerful AI is, right? Because I don't want us all to be stupid. And I want it to elevate us. I've read more in the last year than I probably have my entire life. Like I've read a lot lately. A lot of what AI is reading back to me or reprompting or getting it back and seeing what it did. And so I think the biggest benefit, number one, is somebody who struggles with marketing. If you don't have a marketing, even just using basic GPT, saying, "Hey, I want a marketing person. I want it to write decent SEO. I want it to do this, that, and the other." Dude, that's better than nothing, right? That's
Right.
better than than not going through our program and not learning how to prompt them properly. However, after going through it and after them seeing you build my persona of what this thing can do for us as far as marketing channels, as far as building out brand. And Gary Vee says, man, if you don't build brand, you're dying as a business. Unless you're just wanting to be a really small business, and that's fine too, but understand that the people who adopt this stuff, they are going to take business from people who don't. I'm watching it happen already. Um, it it's just it's the name of the game. And one of the biggest benefits I see is it being able to streamline what's an idea to production, right? We're going from a place where visionaries love to be. Trust me. Ask me how I know. I spent a lot of time up here, right? People say, "Oh, you're a dreamer." Like back in the day, "Oh, you're just a dreamer." Well, man, the dreamers they create a vision, they create a plan, and then a lot of times they just work relentlessly until they reach it. What I see AI doing is it's taking a dreamer and it gives them a peer person to say, "Hey, well, you're going to need this. You're going to need Osmar to help you in the marketing of this. He's really good at detail, right? But like, it's going to help me say, hey, take this personality test and tell me what position should I put that person in my company." Wow. What? Give me 5 personality tests from an interview. Let me throw that into my company and see if you fit. Like when the nitty gritty gets down to it, do you actually fit? Are you going to help us? Right? That's help hiring, help with the marketing, help with social media. My gosh, social media is a monster, man. I've been trying to tame since it came out. And what it allows me to do is say, hey, this is a really good post for Facebook because it uses X amount of characters. And this is a really good post for TikTok because we can shorten it and we can put the thing in right. What? What? Because it knows all that information about TikTok. Well, the only other part about this that people I don't think are talking about enough is context. How much do you know about what you're wanting to produce as a creator? Once again, back to the point of what we were talking about, you are going to have to get better. You're going to have to learn, listen to more podcasts, and be thinking, how can I feed the context of this to this, and then give it a deliverable that I need it to perform, and then put that into my system that I need it to start kicking out. And I think that's where business owners with AI, I think that's where you're going to have to start thinking. You're going to have to think more systematically. A computer is a system. It thinks in terms of processes and things that must get done first. I'm a visionary. I wake up and I just go do whatever the heck I want that day because I feel like it. I force myself to work to make the money so I can do what I want. Does that make sense? And so you'll be able to take your idea, your vision, your plan, and get to product or get to market quicker because you have these tools. And we haven't gone through it all, but we've just talked about a social media, but you could have a HR. You could have an HR person, right? An HR GPT that's asking you, hey, what can and can I not say in my meetings? I want to deliver something. I want to deliver a really good message, but I don't want to offend everybody and their dog. But I'm also not going to say Jesus, right? I don't know. I'm just giving some examples here of of what that could look like in an area where I need it in my business. I talk about it all the time, right? And I don't want to offend people, but I also want to make good decisions as a business owner that protect me. When you're looking over a contract, I think any smart person, you should have a GPT account, because if you get a contract and you don't know what's on it, upload that sucker and ask it to explain it in layman's terms. And guess what? It will. It will tell you exactly how that contract works, why it works that way. And then you can ask, hey, I would like it to do, I would like to change or modify that contract. Man, for a creative real estate investor, that's huge. Like, hey, I've got this deal I want to put together. I'm not sure how to do it. Do I use a subject to? Do I use do I put seller finance in place? Do I wrap the note? What do I do with this thing? Because I might have learned about it in a book, but actually to take that to product, to market, to money, to get me a deliverable, right? What are we doing with this? We're going to take this, we're going to chop it up. People are going to see pieces of it on TikTok and Facebook and everything else. And they're going to be like, ooh, I want to see that. And hopefully they become clients of ours so that we can provide amazing value and teach them how an AI persona can change their life. That's the benefit.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. No, I mean benefits. If we really get into it, man, we can. I think we'll do a couple hours on this video.
I mean, you've
But
got copywriting, social media, you've got the contracts, programming, data analysis. I mean, story writing. I love how it writes stories. It's amazing if you know how to prompt it. Right? If you don't know how to prompt it, it writes really crappy stories about the end of time of AI. It's pretty funny.
and here we are gonna give you basic knowledge too, right, of copywriting. If that's something that you never heard about, you know, a lot of people never heard about copywriting, and
No,
it's
you
actually
told me you
gonna
had.
help. I did it right, and it is gonna help, you know, the persona that we're gonna build for you to be a better, you know, content writer, right? So that's something else that people are not doing, right? So
Yeah.
this is definitely something that is a plus in our strategy that we're gonna apply right now. Benefits pretty much in general, right? We're gonna improve operations, we're gonna increase productivity and enhance experience, right? And that pretty much
100%.
can
Man,
go
that's a
with,
good one. That's a good one.
and that pretty much goes with everybody, right? Just because that's how much power, you know, is behind creating your persona. Um, Mark, just a question, right? If money was not an issue, you know, what role, what person would you hire? What role would you want to hire in your business? You know, and and what would they do, you know, for growth and expansion in your business?
100%. I think one of the biggest lynch points for us, or stopping points, whatever you want to call it, for us is, once again, taking the idea and getting it to market, right? So the AI investor.com, right? Just getting a charger. We want to get that thing to market, and we want to get it to market in a way that still follows all the same brand principles that we like to follow, follows our core values. And, I have core values for local house buyers that I don't want to um, copy, but I want to mimic in some way, or gleam off of, if you will. And so uh, I think one of the best ones for me would be a marketing director, right? Somebody who helps me with all the landing pages, all the social media accounts, right? Because when you really start looking at growing a brand, it's all about um, being on the accounts, not sharing the exact same message at the exact. There's a freaking algorithm to it, right? There's a whole lot of things that you've got to get right in order to and I don't know this. I don't know all that. And this is what I'm hoping to do, is I'm hoping I'm not hoping, I know that through this process, because of what AI knows, and because of what I know, and because of what Osmar knows, and Jeff J. Hunter knows, and I've combined that knowledge and putting it into a system with context, data, and people and process with my core values and my vision, GPT, I know, can take that and deliver ethical. Number one, we've got to be ethical, right? We've got to get ethical business practices with AI to people. I don't want people taking this and scamming people, although I know it's already happening at a very high level, right? But I want to make sure we're creating ethical, really good content, not just creating content to create content. I want it to have meaning and purpose and drive to help that business owner who wants to go to the next level. Because for me, in marketing, I have these great ideas or whatever. I can see it all being done. I don't know how to build a landing page. I don't know and if I do build the landing page, like what's going to go on site of it, and what's the backlink, and what's the form that's going to get filled out, and I almost need an entire diagram mapped out for me, telling me exactly how I'm going to do that, because I've never built a national consulting brand before, never done it. So we get to go on a journey together and build it together. And you guys get to see me fall on my face or completely crush it with AI, which, hey, put it in the comments. Which one do you think I'm going to do? Right. Right. I'll put a 1 for I'm going to the top and a 2 for you're sinking to the bottom. Right. Right. You're going down with the turd. Right. So, like that's what I want to do. I want to make that user experience for people. And I want the next person to be on this call that we do an AI persona for. You know what I want? I just want one good referral. I want one good person going, dude, before I met Mark, the AI real estate investor, I had no idea that this was possible with GPT. Because of it, I have now gained one extra client. If I can do that, Osmar, I'm happy. I'm doing my job. And then as many people who want to use me, great. Not,
Right.
oh well, your loss.
That's how it is, man. That's how it is. Definitely. Okay.
And I love how I can just say stuff and Osmar will condense it down to what GPT needs, right? And this is cool.
No, and that's what we're trying to teach too, right? Is how to talk with GPT, because there is a way how to talk with it. I mean, I've spoken to so many people, and that got great use cases for it, right? And I try to let them know, and they're just like kind of like, oh, it's okay. Like I got a family member, right? She's a teacher, and I'm like, hey, look, I can, use this, and you build out a whole plan, and she's like, nah, it's okay. I'll go ahead and run through my plans out anyway. And I felt like just getting a book and smacking her over the head with it, and being like, are you serious?
Well, back
But
to the
that's kind of
problems.
where.
Back to the problems. You're going to have a subset of people, and please don't hate me if I put you in this bucket, but I assume under the age of 35, people are going to be kind of receptive and excited, right? I think over the age of 35, you start getting into oh, it's going to take my job away. I hate it. I'm going to run away from it. Kind of like people did with computers and phones and email.
Right.
But what happened to computers, phones, and email? Did they all go away because of the fears of everybody thinking that they were going to? No. What happened was you lost your job if you didn't learn how to use it. Like if you can't use email today, you can't work in like work in an office setting. Like those days are gone. You have to be able to know how to use email nowadays, right? What about what about in 20 years? Do you think you're going to have to know how to use a GPT?
Gonna
I
have
think
to.
if you don't, you're going to be GPT illiterate. So you're not going to be able to figure anything out, right? It's going to be really tough for you. I don't know if it's going to go that far, but that's what I'm concerned about. That teacher that thinks, no, nothing's going to happen. until a privatized company says, no, we're going to create a GPT certification course for kids so that nobody ever has to do that anymore. Maybe I should do that. Right? I'm serious though. That could really happen.
Oh, definitely. Write it down, Mark. Write it down. We
Write
gotta
it
make
down,
that
baby. Write it
post.
down. I don't have enough crap in the freaking pipeline. All right, put it on the dream board. But I'm serious, right? Like those people, they're so scared that they're not learning it, they're not using it, and literally she could grade all of her papers if she learns a few automations on how to upload a few things. All your papers can be graded in a day. I mean, in a couple minutes from GPT. Like, what if you just went back and checked its work, which is what we're doing, by the way. We create a whole bunch of work. Guys, you don't just go push out stuff that you create with GPT. You put it in behind the filter that now Osmar becomes my quality assurance, right? He's going to check through that stuff and make sure, right? And now as we get a little bit bigger and we hire on a few more clients, guess what? I'm going to hire a copywriter to go in and make sure that our copy looks good. And hey, would you change it any? And now think about this. Now you got a copywriter, you've got a trained GPT, right? So instead of having 10 or 15 copywriters, I have one for 4 or 5 companies. And he's probably pricing his stuff a little bit better for me since I do have GPT, right? You see what I'm saying? So like for me in business and commerce, I don't think people are thinking about that. Not thinking, they think too much it's going to take my job. They don't think too much, how can I use it to help me get a better job? How can I use it to create another income stream? How can I use it to take what I'm doing currently and give me wings to do it even better, right? And I don't think people realize that. And so that becomes a really, it becomes an education problem that I want to solve, right? I want to solve that for people. I want to take that and say, hey, look, it ain't the end of the world. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened, right? It's a tool, just like money or just like time or just like anything else in this life. It's a tool.
And I think that's what's so great about Jeff's course, right? Is
Yeah.
that
Only got certified in.
he yes is he is a copywriter, right? So he was already doing all
Right.
this, before he had the AI. So it does enhance it. It does definitely that's again, that's what we're doing, right? We're helping you enhance the ChatGPT to make it personal to you. So some personality traits that you would want to have with your persona, Mark. I could give you some off bat, right? For marketing, that it's gonna put it persuasive. We're gonna make them empathetic. I heard you say, definitely want it to be ethical. So we are gonna put ethical in there. Educational and innovative, right? Is there something else that you want to go ahead and add on to that?
I like community driven. I want it to bring community in. And that doesn't necessarily mean paid community, guys. If you're like, hey, I don't have the money or whatever, we are planning to do some Facebook group coursing and doing some things like that to where I can, even if you just getting started and you've got $7, well, I want to create something to where people can start getting this education, right? Maybe you can't afford the full persona, but maybe I can get you the education to start you a lawn mowing business that then allows you to buy the persona, right? Because once again, I'm an entrepreneur. I love business, and business has changed my life. Business has. Real estate is a form of business, but through real estate, I learned business, and it's changed my life. Because of the business, I learned GPT. It changed my life. So I want to be community focused. And I think honesty and trustworthiness needs to be very important for my GPT. It needs to not just spit out random crap because it thinks it wants to. You can tell I've had some experience with GPT. It does.
Sounds like you have some
But let me
bad
talk about
blood
that.
with you.
Yeah, dude, let me talk about that for a minute though. Like people act like this, like, well, yeah, it gave me this horrible response. I'm not going to use it anymore. What did you give it?
Right.
What did you give it? Like you got to understand it's a computer. It can do, I think one of the things that helps me too, a benefit, I have computer knowledge. I understand how computers work. Like so much so I learned Linux over this last year, which is the operating shell of a computer so that I could better understand AI. That's how fed up with this stuff I am, right? Um, and there's some crazy tools that will actually run in your terminal uh, and run AI in your terminal. Really, really weird stuff, right? But the the sheer personality, he needs to be energetic, fun, trustworthy, truthfulness, passionate, loving, all the qualities that I have. He's gotta have that persona of me, and man, I will take a problem and I'll figure out a way, a solution around it, right? That's what I do. That's how I operate. And so I want my persona to do the same.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So we got a lot of information there, Mark. Thank you very much for that information. It's not it wasn't for nothing, right? I know I asked a lot of questions, right? So basically what we got from that, right, is that so the AI role that you want your persona to be playing is a marketing director, right? What we're gonna do is marketing pretty much in all aspects of marketing. Um, Specialize in email marketing, right? Social media marketing, landing pages. How we're gonna help the customer, the target audience, right? We're gonna optimize pretty much their business. We're gonna put things in place, streamline their process, right? The visionaries, we're gonna be able to manifest that faster than what it
Yes,
would
I like
would,
that. Yeah, manifest.
right? We are going to identify pain points, right? We did identify desires. We're going to explain, the service to the client, how we're going to go ahead and rock it, right? Now, as far as services, what package do you currently have, Mark?
So the package we currently have, it's $1,500 a month. I mean, $1,500 for um, I believe it's what was it? 190-minute session, I think. Is that what it was?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It was 190-minute session or two. So we're finalizing. I think it was 1,500 for one basically AI consultant session. I don't know if I'm going to cut it up into two. It may be 260 minutes, or we're going to do 90. And that's either going to be with me or Osmar. By the way this is going, it's probably going to be Osmar, right? I maybe do the first 5 or 10 or so, and then hand it over because he's doing a bang up job with me, I think, so far. And so, but yeah, $1,500. And what that gets you is basically us to come in like this, and we get to build you one of these, like one of these personas, right? If we need to build another one, we can come back later and build that or whatever. But we want to build one major persona for somebody, and blow them away. The other service, and you guys may vote on this, drop it in the comments or something if this is something you want. We're thinking of having anybody who decides to come work with us and be a client and allow us to build one of these personas out for them. We want to continue to provide value for them more than just the social media, because I think there's going to be a lot of questions. I mean, more than just the text and email. I think there's going to be a lot of questions and follow-ups, and I want to provide some type of service. I can't do it for free though. And so I'm thinking somewhere along the lines of like a $59 a month program to where you have a Facebook group where it is just us that's gone through the AI persona stuff. If you have any questions, you've got guys in there, and we're also going to be streaming more content, because that's one of the things about this stuff, man. GPT, like if you learned it 6 months ago, you're out of the loop. You have no idea what's happened, right? You have no idea what's changed. And so if you want to stay on the cutting edge, I highly recommend getting on newsletters and things like that. We'll have our AI newsletter coming out, but I highly recommend getting inside of a group. If it's not mine, get in Jeff's, or get somewhere where you can get the education that you need. At least go to YouTube and start educating yourself, right? If I mean, shoot, that's where I've learned most of my stuff, until I'm like, hey, now I need more information, or I need to go to Jeff and get certified so that I can do this. But man, I just keep talking. Did I answer the question at all?
Yes, yes. Okay. So, $1,500, 90-minute session, and then we're working on a kind of monthly, consultant. Go ahead and
ongoing, at least a drip. Like we're going to be doing stuff. Me and you are going to be doing stuff. We're going to be learning stuff with clients. So when I learn something new about a persona or something like that, and we're also going to probably offer anybody who's in that, if they want to come back and do another persona, a discount. Don't know how much yet, but maybe it's $1,000 for the second persona we build or something like that. Don't know. Like I said, I wanted this to be experimental for a reason, because I want you to help me come up with that perfect pitch. You think you can do that, Omar?
yes,
Cool.
yes, yes, yes. Done, done, and
That's
done.
what I struggle with, right? I have a great idea. I'm like, hey, Brighton, Nick, hey guys, we should do this, this, and that. I'm like, dude, Mark, that sounds like a great idea. Where are we getting the money, the resources, this, that, like, hey, forget all that, guys. We'll figure it out. What do you need money and resources and people and stuff for?
No, I mean, I'm a firm believer in hey, get started and then figure it out later, right?
Hey,
Because
build a parachute on the way down, bro.
right? And the thing is that if you don't get started, then you're just gonna want things to be perfect. And
Right.
the thing is that it's never perfect, right?
It's
So
never good.
get started. And
100%.
then, hey, then we're here to help you, right? To help
That's right.
you, hey, streamline the process.
That's right.
So what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna go ahead and feed ChatGPT this prompt here, and it should give us a prompt to build your persona.
Oh, that one's not filled in, or it is? I'm confused.
So I'm making the prompt
Okay.
to give to you so you can build your persona, right?
Oh, okay.
So I have my persona built to build persona, right?
Oh,
So this way it is specific, right? So we're working specifically. We're not working just out of thin air, right? Just giving it information out of nowhere. So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna come out here. Just gonna copy this, right?
oh, that's cool.
We're gonna go to a new one. So this is what I'm gonna send you, right? So you can build out your persona, right?
Okay. Okay.
So with ChatGPT, there's always different things that it adds on to it, right? There's like headlines and headers, and sometimes there's things that don't need to be there. So we always need to make sure, right? We're copying and pasting to take out the things that don't need to be there, right? This is it responding to me. Take that out. Take this out. This out.
And when you send that to me, you'll just send it to me with what I need.
Correct.
Okay.
You will act as a marketing director. So that's how it gets the bold. It puts the stars in it, Mark.
Okay. All right. See, we're learning today. We're learning today.
See. So I think before we would have to put in each prompt separately,
Yep.
but now we're able to put it all in one, right? I'm gonna go ahead and send you this.
Okay.
Your prompt. Let's go ahead and see what it gives us. So this is your AI persona for your marketing director.
Okay.
Says, given your role as marketing director and the specifics of our business, crafting a strategic marketing plan that addresses the needs and desires of our target audience, business owners, and real estate investors is essential. Our approach should focus on the following pillars: education, empathy, engagement, and evidence. Here's a
Woo.
breakdown of how we can tackle each aspect through our marketing efforts. Education, social media content, right? Create informative and digestible content that demystifies. That word is not a reason that it's not what is it? It's not a coincidence. It's coming up so much, right? That's
Right.
gonna be our
What's in our mission statement? I love that. And it's
right?
reusing it again in the social media content.
And that's what it does, right? Since we've trained it, right? We can I can even put, hey, I like that word demystifying. Let's try to use it more often, right? So
Yeah.
once we put that, let's go ahead and put that, right?
Okay. But tell her not to use it too much. Sometimes. There we go.
So this goes into what we're gonna talk about a little bit, right? About fine tuning the chat GPT, right?
Okay.
So so you can see here it didn't really understand what what I told it, right? Because now it's rewriting everything and using demystifying a lot, which is not really what we wanted it to do.
Okay.
Uh, but that's okay. I mean, things happen, right? We're back with what you were talking about. It's an AI, it's a language model, but it's not a human, right?
Right.
It's really specific, right? I guess you could say it doesn't really understand a lot of a lot of things unless you teach it, right? So once we teach it, I can go ahead and go back and redo it and put just letting you know, don't need to do anything else, just for future reference, right? So let's go ahead and go back and see if we can, you guys can see, right?
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. So you can go in and edit. Yeah, you can tell I wasn't paying attention. I do remember him showing us this, but I was in the middle of something else.
So you go back, there's a little a pencil, right? You touch on that pencil to edit your prompt, right?
That's it.
We do this, editing it, because if I go at the end of everything that I put and I tell it, then it can cause some type of confusion,
So
right?
is it,
Because
so is it, am I clear in saying that when I go in and edit it, it's wiping out what it just gave me and it's going to give me something else. And when you give it something else, it appends it, which means adds to what we're originally doing. So it really matters what I tell it.
yes, because if we leave it there, then it kind of stays there, right? And then like you said, right, put something on top of it, and it causes confusion because now there's two things, there's two outlines that it gave us instead of just one, right? So let's see what it feeds me with
So I
this.
think you just helped me a lot in my programming stuff because it'll give me stuff that I'm like, I didn't ask for that. Like, come on. It's really hard with technical information. It's really
and
good at it,
and
but it has to have a lot of data to do it right.
and that's where we come in, right? Because that's where a lot of things are going wrong. I mean, there's people that are trying it out and they go, hey, I can do ChatGPT myself. They go, they put in that information, they ask for it wrong, but they never correct ChatGPT, and they ask on top of it, and it keeps on giving them wrong information. So then they're like, hey, this doesn't work, or it's not, it doesn't know nothing, like you guys don't know. So there is a method to the madness, right?
Got
So
you.
as you guys can see, we went back, we edited it, and I told it, hey, no need to rewrite anything, just letting you know for future content. Noted, I'll be sure to
Wow.
incorporate, demystify thoughtfully, because it's not going to overboard it, right? In future content to clarify complex concepts without overusing it. Thank you for your feedback. It's thanking me. It's thanking me for my feedback, right?
That's a
So it doesn't have a human thing, but if you talk to it enough, human like, and yes, everything does matter, right? The way that you talk to it. If you talk to it like a computer, it's gonna respond to you like a computer. But we want to talk to it like our marketing director, right? It's like the person that's gonna be blowing up your business. How do you want to talk to that person, right? So yeah, that's definitely a plus. Going back, editing that information. Um, so yeah, so we got an outline here, right?
yeah.
Of what is it, that a marketing director does, how it could help you in your business, right? So just to go over it quick, social media content, sales pages, email newsletter, engaging sales copy, right? And then empathy, understanding the fears and challenges faced by our audience is key. I think you got a pretty good understanding of the fears and challenges of your audience, right? Tailor all communications to acknowledge these challenges and present our services as a bridge to overcoming them. Show empathy by sharing stories of past clients who were once in their shoes and how they managed to succeed with our help. So this is exactly what you want, right? The empathy. That's what you wanted it to be. So it knows that. It's
Yeah.
telling me that it knows what you want, right? And this is gonna be great. I mean, you know exactly what you want. Um, Sometimes it's hard for it to come into fruition, right? It's not that it's not impossible, but hey, Mark, for you to come up with this outline, it's gonna take you about a day, right? It's gonna take you about a day. And there's gonna be a lot of things in the middle of that are not gonna let you focus on it 100%. So let's say you're working on it in an hour and something happens, you gotta put your mind somewhere else. When you come back to work on it, you're not gonna have that same energy you had for it. You were on a roll. You were okay. After an hour, your brain is working and everything. Then something stops, comes, boom, and then you have to think about it again. And it takes another hour to get back into that zone, right? So here we did it for you. 2 minutes. It came out, with the whole outline of your
Wow.
marketing plan, right?
Yeah.
So engagement, right? We definitely want to get some engagement. How we can get engagement, community-driven initiatives, which goes back to the community that you wanted to get, right? So it understands that. We see that it
Yes.
understands you want to build a community. Innovative content, right? We need to get people we need to get something that's keeping up with the trends, right? And yeah, of course, we can keep up with the trends. We're on Facebook, we're on social media, but there's only so much we can do, right? And
Yeah.
this
And
actually,
and and if you are a real estate investor and you're playing around with AI, dude, let's jump on a podcast. Like I want to learn just as much as I want to educate. And if you've got a course that you're selling, pitch it to me because I want to learn just as much as I want to educate, guys. I think we can all learn and educate from each other with this because I learn something new on it every day.
oh yeah, definitely. So another aspect of it is evidence, right? We do want to show the results. I mean, I'm showing you right now. You're seeing, live right now on the strategy call how we can help. It just created a very detailed outline of a marketing strategy for your business. All we got to do is follow it, Mark. All we got to do is put it into play, right? I mean, I think you got someone over there named Osmar is pretty good at it. So I think we're going to be able to do it, right?
Yeah, yeah, man.
So the evidence, right? We definitely want to show evidence, case studies, testimonials, before after scenarios. Um, Execution strategy, we do want a quarterly campaign. Each quarter focus on specific themes related to AI and business, ensuring the content across all channels is synchronized and cohesive. Feedback loops, right? We definitely want to get feedback from the people. Performance metrics, we want to put everything, conversion rates, engagement rates, customer satisfaction. So we want all of that, right? So conclusion, by focusing on educating our audience in an empathetic and engaging manner, and by providing solid evidence of the benefits of AI, we can effectively address their pain points and desires. This approach will not only help in building trust and credibility, but also in positioning our business as the go-to source for business owners and real estate investors looking to leverage AI for business growth.
Wow.
Right? That's what I want to hear, right? My objective is to get that wow on every call, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So it just gave us a marketing plan, right? We fed it some pretty detailed information of what we want, right? We're tailoring it to your needs. You can see it was empathetic, as you can see, it's community driven, right? So anything that we're gonna be feeding it, all we gotta say is, hey, remember empathetic, hey, remember community driven. I don't think if we want to really get specific with it, we can ask it, but I think in everything that it's gonna do, it's gonna have that already in its mind, right? So anything that you ask it is gonna give you an answer based on being empathetic and based on driving a community.
So
Um,
what happens when I leave this, like, and then come back to it? Like if I go away for a day and come back, is it just sitting here?
yes. So it's still gonna be there, right? So it's your AI persona. So if you can see here on the side of ChatGPT, it has different tabs, I guess you could say. But what we could do is we could build out a persona for each aspect that you really wanted to do for your business, right? So right here, it could be the marketing strategy. Right here,
And by the way, guys, just because I know a little bit, we will be creating custom GPTs for people. Don't know if we're going to stay with GPT because we're working with some open source models and some things like that, just for cost. But I know Osmar screen paused, so I've got a minute to talk about this. But we will be doing building out custom GPTs. You can see I already have some GPTs built if you've ever explored them, or if you have the premium GPT plan, which by the way, I highly recommend it. GPT-4 does do better than 3.5. 3.5 can do everything we just did. I meant to do the whole thing on GPT 3.5, but we never did switch it over. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I really do. Like I said, my name's Mark. I own the AIRealestateInvestor.com. Local house buyers out here in Oklahoma City. Investment House OKC is also a company that we own. So just reach out if we can help you in any way, shape, or form.
it's tailored to you, right? What we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna check its knowledge, right? I mean, it did give you a pretty detailed marketing strategy, right?
Yeah,
Um, we're pretty sure that it knows what is it that you want, right?
yeah.
So, but we are just gonna test its knowledge. This is a question. Let's see what it responds. So, based on what we discussed, how could you help me serve my client? To serve your client effectively, focusing on a tailored strategy that emphasizes education, engagement, and evidence is key. Here's how I can help with a special focus on demystifying AI for your client's target audience, right? Educational content, social media, blog posts and articles, engaging and empathetic communication, email campaigns, sales copy. That the sales copy is going to
Self
help
copy.
us
Yeah.
with the aesthetic part a lot. Um,
Webinars
inter
and workshops, dude, that's awesome.
interactive community building, webinars, workshops, online
It
forums,
just
and group
keeps going.
evidence-based marketing, case studies, testimonials. So a lot of this is what it already gave us. So once we gave it the AI persona, it knows, right? It knows what you want.
Look
It
at that
knows what you want.
implementation plan, content calendar, engagement strategy, measurement and adoption, all things that we were talking about in today's meeting.
Yes, yes. And again, I mean, we can see here that it definitely understood the plan, right? It definitely got what we wanted to do. Um, so I mean, just to further the value of this, right? Let's see if it has any other, you know,
Yeah.
any other ideas for us. Free AI integration checklist. So offer a comprehensive checklist that demystifies the initial steps of integrating AI into business operations, serving as an entry-level resource that introduces your services.
Ooh, that's
Okay, so
good.
these are hooks, right? That these are going to be things that we're going to be getting people in with, right?
Yes.
Introductory webinar series, right? Host free or low cost webinars that cover the basics of AI. You know, so we're going to be giving out information, and nowadays, I mean, that's how we're going to get the business, right? We got to give out information, right? And it's not going to hurt our business in any way, right? It's just going to hey, oh wow, right? That's how you do that. That's how you do that. Hey, let's follow this guy. He's giving out really good tips, right? And then boom, we're gonna hit him with a storyline, right? Something, boom, a post that's gonna hey, eventually we're gonna give out
Eventually,
so
we're
much.
going to convince them that either through me or through somebody else, you need AI in your business.
It's definitely and they do. And they do, right? And everybody does. So it's like it's not that hard of a
It's
job,
it's not, and that's kind of like my sales pitch is, hey, this is really cool. Hey, we've got a really cool way to show it. You in or you out. You know what I mean?
right? So another thing, it says ebooks on AI for business optimization. You can train our persona to make an ebook. We got definitely some suggestions on how to do that as well.
So a little trick here, like I think plugins are getting depreciated. It's how fast GPT it just iterates on top of itself, right? But I used a plugin the other day and it created an entire map outline of a process in my head. Like it was crazy. I explained the process or whatever, and it created the whole map outline. It's just God, it's just insane. Keep going.
Right. Another thing we could do is custom AI readiness assessment. It says provide a personalized assessment service that evaluates a business's current operations and identifies key areas where AI could offer the most benefit, helping to demystify the process of starting with AI.
There's that word again, and it didn't use it like in every one of them, but it did use
Right.
it. I love that.
But man, that's something I didn't even think of, right? To actually go to the business and be like, hey, I'm here, you know, I'm free, I'm not charging anything. I just want to see your operations and see if we can do anything to help, right? Hey,
Yeah, absolutely. And any
actually,
large company wants to reach out for consulting, I am happy to look at operations. We actually have a full stack web developer on our team. If we need to look into deep AI, is what I'm calling it. Ooh, that's good. Deep AI.
yes, yes. Another thing, AI strategy consulting sessions, offer one-on-one consulting sessions where you work with clients to develop a tailored AI integration strategy, addressing the specific challenges and goals. Online course and AI implementation. I
Dude,
have
I
a
love
course
it.
on AI implementation, AI toolkits for business optimization.
I'm getting
That's a good
excited.
one. That's a good one, right? We got templates, so we can definitely build that out. Guides. Man, that's great. Mastermind groups on AI integration. Facilitate mastermind groups where clients can share their experiences, challenges, and success with AI integration, fostering a supportive community. Custom AI development service for creative bespoke solutions tailored. That's pretty much what we're doing, right? Ongoing AI support and optimization.
I love that because it is like a ladder, right? And even with possibly that $7 a month Facebook group or something, I was thinking about something small. It's a it's an entry level to where you're at, right? Where are you at in AI? Obviously, I don't have the team or the support staff to support all of this, but we're building it, right? We're building it through. And what's neat is a lot of these tools can be built by AI, like that checklist could be built by AI. The mastermind groups for AI integration it could help us build those. This is so cool.
But look, man, that's a lot, right? So this
Yeah.
this your persona knows what you want, right? If
You
for
share your
any
screen again?
what happened?
You share your screen again?
Oh yeah. So your persona knows what you want, right? You're gonna be this is your marketing director, so you have to train it to how you want it. I'm not sure if you work with people already, but let's say that you work with a copywriter, right? And he comes and you tell him, hey, I want you to make me a sales copy for a post on Facebook. And he comes, this guy puts in his work, right? He's hey man, he's doing his work, blah 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 blah. Okay, say he takes an hour on it, right? It's a Facebook post, right? It's not that long, but hey, he puts an hour on it. Boom, boom, boom. He comes to you, he goes, "Hey, Mark, here's what I got." Right? And you come and you look at it, you're like, "Well, hey, let's move this and let's change this and let's change that, right?" And I don't like this. You're breaking that guy's heart, right? You're breaking that copywriter's heart because he feels like he put in his work on it, right? May not take an hour, maybe it took him 2 hours, maybe it took him, maybe it's not just a
It took them
post.
a whole day to write it. Yeah.
And what happens is that with your persona, right? It comes, you feed it what you want, it's gonna give you results. If you don't like it, then you just tweak it, right? So let's just do an example real quick here so you see what I'm talking about, right? Um, free
Let's
AI.
do that free AI integration checklist. I would love to be able to give that to people as a magnet.
Right. So let's go ahead and put right here. Let's go. We'll just do a copy
Okay.
and you elaborate on this section. Certainly, it says the free AI integration checklist is designed as a first rung on your value ladder aimed at attracting your target audience by offering them immediate value at no cost. This approach not only introduces your services, but also establishes your expertise in the field. Here's a deeper dive into what this could look like and how it could function effectively. So anything that this gives you, you guys can copy it and ask it to elaborate on it, right? Ask it to detail it, ask it to make you a plan on it, right? Whatever it is that you want to do on it, copy the section that it is that it gave you, and then ask what it is that you want, right? So it says the checklist should be comprehensive yet understandable for beginners. It could include items such as identify business needs and goals, outline specific areas of the business that could benefit from automation or improved efficiency, set clear, measurable objections, um, understand basic AI concepts, evaluate your data readiness, review legal and ethical considerations, explore AI solutions and vendors, plan for integration and scaling, measure success, and iterate. Distribution, website download, social media campaigns, networking events, benefits to your business, lead generation, brand positioning, service introduction. So it breaks it down for you pretty.
Yeah. Will you ask it to put it into a a markdown check mark form?
Yes. So this is where we get to fine tuning, right?
Okay.
This is where it gave you something, and you want it in another way, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that it's broken. It doesn't mean
Okay.
anything. It's just that the first instructions that you gave it,
Yeah.
it thought of it as a different way than you thought, right? So
Gotcha.
now we're gonna fine tune it, right? I like this a lot. And you please break it down in what form is it?
Markdown
Break it down in markdown format. Like that?
with check boxes. I'm envisioning it coming to their email with little check marks. Like, you see what I'm saying?
All
Like,
right.
do you have this in your business? Do you have this in your business? Do you have this in your business? And this goes back to understanding what Markdown is. I understand what Markdown is because we read it through programming language. It makes it easier to read some of that stuff. Look at that. There you go.
Right. And then they're gonna realize that, hey, they need more checks.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There needs to be uh, consult call with the AI real estate investor in there.
Definitely, definitely. So we can add it, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Ask it to add our brand promise or no, just gotta keep going. You're good.
That's like, can you please add one checkbox that said, well, what should it say?
Um, book consulting call with the AI real estate investor.com/consult. Here we go.
So here it is. So we're fine tuning it, right? So it gave us something, and hey, we like it. Hey, I like it. Make sure that you let it know the things that you like, right? Because that's what's gonna say. Mark likes this.
This could help us with the onboarding call. Like, we could have a checklist that they need to go through that's on like a Google form or something that could help us prepare them for this call. Some of the questions that you asked me.
No, that's definitely where we want to go with it, right? It
See,
says
that's what I
advanced.
love about this. This is
It's
like, it takes an idea man like myself and it allows me to produce.
right.
Like, I've had ADHD my entire life. I think of things faster than anybody can even, like, somebody will say something, I've almost already figured out the solution and I'm already moved on, right? Like, that's just how my brain works. And people
Right.
probably think I don't care about them, but it's not that. It's just how I work. This right here, this is why I'm so passionate about the AI real estate investor.com, because I could not create that by myself. I
Right.
mean, I could, but it would take therapy.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we added this checkbox and it just made it
Yeah.
more. I mean, look, it's advance your AI journey. I mean, we would have had to thought about that, right? Like, what were we gonna put as a header for that, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it went ahead and put it. I mean, look, what else? What we're gonna do, what I do want to do is to help you out, right? Because we are creating your persona. It's not an everyday persona, right? We're gonna give you some extra sauce on it, right? We're
Yeah.
gonna get it the clear copywriting method, right? So with AI, you can train it. You whatever you train it to do, it's gonna better your outcome of it, right? So
Guys, huge nugget incoming. Okay. That he's about to talk about the clear copywriting method. And this is huge. Okay. This is huge. If you hear nothing from this, if you get no value from this call at all, but you hear clear copywriting method, go use that in your GPT for free. That's a free nugget. Go use it. Show us, brother.
yeah, so And copywriting, uh, uh, I just kind of I didn't really know about it before, right? I knew it was there was something there, right? It just never really hit me the way it had hit me, right? When I'm diving deep into everything that we're doing. So copywriting is basically, the person that writes out the sale, the how are we gonna get people intrigued for our product, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna train our persona, our AI persona, to write out in this method because this method definitely gets the attention of people. What we want is we want to grab the attention of people, and we want to get them to get on our course, right? But the way to do this, I mean, is hands down, you need this course. If you got a business, hands down, you need to take this course, right? Because if you don't take it, there's gonna be somebody that does, and they're gonna run over your business,
Yeah.
literally, right?
Yeah.
So uh
And if you're
this
in real
is
estate, watch out because I'm using it.
right. So you need to know this, right? But in order to get the results that we want to get, right, we need to train the persona correctly. So this copywriting method, what it is, the clear copywriting method, just real quick to go over it. The C stands for curiosity, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the reader's attention with the hook. And social media, the way it is right now, TikTok, I mean, it's really hard to grab somebody's attention, right? If they don't get your attention in the first second of what they see, they're scrolling past because we are super hyper fast content. I mean, it's really sad when you think about it. It's sad when you see kids. I mean, I see children. How they boom, 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 going way past it. But it's the truth, and we got to work with what we got, right? So we got to grab people's attention ASAP.
I think what's a key distinction for people to understand is us as business owners, we cannot control the market. We are in the market. We produce products, services that help and serve people. If you are in business and you are helping and serving people, good, God bless you. You are doing great. You are doing wonderful. And thank you and keep doing it. But you have to understand, you cannot control business, market cycles. These things are cyclical and they're crazy and times change that change them. The people that move on things that don't just haphazardly, right? I've been spending a year, dedicating a year to understanding and learning this from my perspective. Then partnering with Jeff J. Hunter, who's been a copywriter, who's been writing professional copy and owns a VA staffing company and owns a whole bunch of other companies. And he's been writing his own copy and hiring copywriters for years, teach what Osmar is about to just teach us. Start with C again, and then I'm going to shut up and let you finish.
Curiosity hook, right? So we want to grab the curiosity. C is for curiosity. The second element is lead in. So we got them with the curiosity. Now we're going to lead them in, right? Which draws people's attention to read further into the post. So the third element is emotion. Emotion. So you want to get your audience to feel emotionally invested in your story. So I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but a lot of times, it's not even the product that you got, it's not even the service that you offer. It's just, that connection that the client feels, right? They feel emotionally connected somehow. And then that's what's gonna get them to move forward, right? A lot of times you could be putting in all the facts in front of their face, everything. You can say, hey, look, I guarantee you I will grow your business from this to that.
Right.
And if they don't feel any emotion with you, they're just feeling like they're gonna get caught.
It's the
For
same
anything.
thing. It's the same thing when I'm at the door with a seller, right? If I'm just there for the check, buddy, they smell it, right? They
Oh yeah,
they know. I've
definitely.
been dead broke and needing to close a deal, and they know, right? And I won't get the deal done. However, when I solve their problem and build emotional empathy and I love on them and I actually truly try to solve their problem that they're having, they feel it, they know it, and then they want to do business with me. Same
Oh
thing.
yeah. And it's all over the place, right? It's the same. I mean, emotion sells, right?
It doesn't matter what business you're in. It matters if they're emotionally invested in your product and you, and really they buy you first.
Oh yeah, and that's a big thing about brand, right? About personal brand. That helps a lot too. The fourth element is to analyze something that would establish authority and educate the audience with something of value. The fifth and final element is reaction. We want to end every social media post with a main goal to get people's reaction, right? To get them to react. So this does mean to put a cheesy call to act. This doesn't mean to put a cheesy call to action at the end of every post, but to reinforce the point and lesson of the post will get people to either agree or disagree. To get people to either agree or disagree, right?
You know what? That's
The
so
post,
key. That's so key. Like, it's not necessarily to get them to call to action, right? You're wanting engagement,
yes,
not
yes.
necessarily click my deal, which we obviously I want clients, but I have a feeling I'm going to have more than more than I can handle, and Osmar's going to be hiring soon. Um, but the idea behind that is huge, man. That is just it's so true because I want you to engage with me, whether you agree with me or not. Because if you don't and you engage, I may have an opportunity to demystify that for you.
Yes.
You see what
And
did? You see what just happened? AI taught me how to be better at my job. That's what it just did.
and that's what we're doing. I mean, that's what we're letting you know, right? And this is just on a strategy call, right? When you actually put it into play with everyday situations that you go through on your business, you're gonna be like, oh, what the heck, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
So yeah, it's a big deal.
Just having this is going to help us with the launch and everything that we have coming. This is cool.
Yeah. Definitely. So we do want them to react, right? And the call to action, it's not gonna be, hey, buy this or nothing. It's just gonna be, hey, do you agree with this? Do you what are your thoughts on this? Or have you ever been in a moment where this happened to you? Explain or whatever. What we want them is to react, right? Yeah, we like likes. Yeah, we like shares, but this is what we want, right? We want to get people to react, to comment, to agree or disagree, right? So this is what we're telling the persona to do. The posts are about provoking thought, discussion, and engagement on the post. Let's go ahead and see if it understands what we want. Yes, I understand the clear copyrighted method for creating engaging social media posts. The method focuses on grabbing curiosity. Blah, blah, blah. So it understands, right, what we want. We're going to go ahead and test it.
So you just trained it.
I just trained it. Right now, it knows exactly how to write a copy of the clear copyrighted method, right? So we're gonna go ahead and see if it knows, right? We're gonna go ahead and test the training, right? Write me a social media post with the clear method. Make it about John and his real estate business. If that's all we got to give it.
Wow.
What does it say? It says, I doubled my investment in just 1 year. Hook, right? Curiosity hook. Boom. It got you. Everybody who's a real estate investor wants to double their investment in 1 year, right? Ever wonder how some investors seem to strike gold with every property they touch? Meet John. Last year, he made a move that many called bold, some called risky. Today, they're calling him to find out how he did it. Feeling curious? So were we. John's secret, it wasn't just about finding the right property, it was about seeing the potential where others saw problems. While others hesitated, he acted driven by a belief in his vision and a passion for transforming spaces. Here's where it gets interesting. John didn't just rely on traditional methods, He embraced AI to analyze market trends, identify undervalued properties, and tailor his renovation efforts to meet emerging demands. This approach wasn't just smart, it was revolutionary. But this story isn't just about success, it's about the emotional journey. Imagine the thrill of taking a calculated risk, the anxiety of the unknown, and the euphoria of seeing your vision come to life, doubling your investment. Wow, that made my hairs, my arms stand up, right? Now, think about your portfolio. Think about your portfolio, Mark. Huh? Think about it, right? Are you playing
Yeah.
it too safe? What if your next bold move is waiting for you just around the corner? John's story isn't just a lesson in real estate investment, it's a call to action. Innovate, to dare, and to look beyond the surface. This is where we're gonna get people right that don't know about it. Is like, man, take the leap, jump, right? What's your next move? Agree, disagree, or intrigued? Let's talk about it. Your thoughts could inspire the next big success.
Wow. I just, I
Right?
this is incredible.
Right? Right? So we fed it the clear copywriting method, right? Because we trained it on this copywriting method. I mean, just think about it, man. If you had somebody that was, let's say you're a copywriter, you're a copywriter, and you're like, hey man, I want you to learn this clear copywriting method. And he's gonna be like, okay, well, hey, fine, this is the clear copywriting method. You got the C for this, the L for this, and this, and this. Then you're like, go ahead and go write me something, right? I mean, just in the time it takes to train somebody to do that, to have them kind of have it click in their head what it is, and then have them produce something on it.
Yeah.
I'm being very like fast with it, right? We're talking more than that, right? And it's just we just did all of this within like 10 minutes, right?
Right.
So it's trained. It got the clear copywriting method. Let me see what it says at the end. It says this post starts with a strong curiosity hook, leads you aiming to boom. The
Hey,
end, get them to react. It is there. I mean, and
hey,
it's gonna be there all the time.
this is so good. Hey, I know we're almost done. I want to see if it will write me a landing page for that checklist. See if it will remember that the landing page for that checklist, and we'll give that that checklist away to people so that they can check it out. But yeah, this is I want to see that do a checklist landing page.
A landing page for the
Checklist. Oh, you're gonna go find it, aren't you? There we go.
let me see. Let this be for the AI integration checklist.
So another nugget here. You see what he's doing? He's pulling the exact way that it gave it to him, and then he's once again putting it inside of quotes, right? So that it knows that it's something that it's already gave us. I don't think people realize that, and I don't realize how much it works that way until watching Jeff's course. I understand it remembers things, but shoot, it just got stable memory not too long ago. I want to say back in November, I think, or when when 4 came out, I think it turned to where it could retain memory, right? We had that issue for a while.
Is there anything else that you want in the landing page specifically?
Yeah, can you please write me a landing page or the AI integration checklist? Yes, say I want it to be wrote with the clear method. And I want it to expand upon why a young entrepreneur just starting out needs it, and also why a Fortune 500 company could use it.
Ready?
and put not just about real estate investing. Because yes, I am the AI real estate investor.com, but I just want to be really, really clear, guys. This is for any business. So we can help anybody that needs the consulting. We are spinning off from the AI real estate investor.com just because we think that we can help the most people and help from our brand grow into that. But this is for anybody. It doesn't matter if you have a hair salon, a restaurant. It doesn't matter if we could take a consult and now you're so, I mean, just think about that. $1,500. If you now can every single time go in there, say, hey, I want this, and you get it. Right now, you need to learn how to do something with it. And right, there's other tools and services that you can use for that that we can help educate on. But just having this compared to what you used to market with should change your business. That one thing alone.
I mean, really, it is that, right? Like just having this compared to what you used to have. But I mean, just this is like having a full-fledged marketing,
Copywriter.
copywriting giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, but this is like you're having it all, really. I
Yeah.
mean, being able to work with this and being able to train it and the way that we're putting everything together, this is gold, right? This is gold. So it's about to write a landing page, right? A landing
A
page.
landing page, guys.
Literally write a landing page, okay?
Who here has paid for a landing page being built, right? Or a website?
Let's,
Gosh, we used to pay $3,500 for a website to get built, 10 grand.
I have spent, Mark, I spent probably about 2 years trying to get like the correct page for my website. And when I see this, I felt like just like, wow. I was like, it was like a waste of time or I don't know what. But man,
Dude,
it's you
dude,
guys are gonna
it's
see right now, right?
crazy. It's
You
crazy.
guys are gonna see right now.
I'll even tell you guys a tidbit. I wasn't going to share this, but you can write this landing page and maybe I'll have you do it. Then I'll say, hey, write it in HTML. It will write it in HTML. It will write out the A tags. It will write out everything. And guess what? You can copy that and then go put it into something that can take HTML. Do you realize that power? You can really spin up a landing page and start selling and marketing a service. Think about it a little bit differently. Is there a way in your business that you could offer a $10 service that if you only had a landing page, you could increase revenue, right? What could that be worth? How do you double your $1,500 investment? That right there, right? Go ahead. Let's see it, dude. This is so cool.
So let's go ahead and see how long it's gonna take to write a landing page with the clear method, actually. Unlock the power of AI for your business. The essential integration checklist. Curiosity hook. Ever wonder how the smartest business leap ahead of the competition? I'm sure a lot of people wonder that, right?
Yeah.
It says, in today's rapidly evolving market, staying ahead isn't just about being faster, it's about being smarter. Whether you're bootstrapping your startup from the ground floor or steering a Fortune 500 giant, the secret weapon remains the same: artificial intelligence, right? So this is where prompting really does its magic, right? Because we could have put, hey, just write me a landing page, and then it wouldn't have those specifics that you wanted it to come out, right? So
Right.
all you have to do is, what is it that you want? You just have to have an idea of kind of what you want, and then they'll go ahead and put it together for you
Because now
in
it's straight.
this way, right? In a professional copywriting way, right? So the next part, it says lead in. But here's the catch: AI isn't just a plug and play solution, right? It's a journey that many find daunting. That's where our AI integration checklist comes in, transforming the complex maze of AI integration into a clear path forward. So
Wow.
we're giving them baby steps, right? We're holding their hand through the whole process. They're scared, you're saying that your person, your target audience could be scared, right? That could be a pain point. So we're holding their hand through the whole process. Emotion. Imagine being a young entrepreneur, your mind buzzing with ideas, ready to disrupt the market. Now, picture yourself at the helm of a Fortune 500 company under the weight of expectation to deliver growth and innovation. Wow. Two very different worlds with one common thread, right? The potential to be unlocked through AI. The journey of, man, this is
This
awesome.
is really good.
I mean, I'm doing this for you, Mark, but
I
I'm
know.
feeling like I'm about to start an AI consulting business myself. Right? So imagine the potential being around AI. The journey of integrating AI can be fraught with uncertainty. There's excitement yet, but also fear of the unknown. Will it be worth the investment? How do you ensure you're not left behind? This checklist is more than a tool. It's a companion on your journey to embracing AI, designed to navigate the complexities of technology, making the unknown known. Analyze. For the young entrepreneur, this checklist demystifies the process of starting with AI, ensuring you're building on a solid foundation ready to scale. For the executive in a Fortune 500 company, it offers a strategic lens to evaluate AI's impact across operations, ensuring that integration is aligned with business goals and delivers real value. From assessing your data readiness to identifying key AI opportunities, from understanding legal considerations to planning for scalability. This checklist covers all the bases. It's based on real world insights and actionable steps that ensure your AI integration is not just successful, but transformative. Reaction. So, where do we stand? On the brink of innovation, looking for the path that propels your business forward. Whether you're a startup or a global powerhouse, the AI integration checklist is your first step towards unlocking potential you didn't even know you had. Dare to innovate, ready to lead? Download the AI integration checklist now and begin your journey to becoming an AI driven success story. Whether you're aiming to disrupt or to dominate, let's make AI your unfair advantage.
Tell it to make the checklist a Microsoft doc. Oh, you have to go up there and change it, don't you?
No. I'm just getting this. I think if I put checklist, it knows, right? But we should get into the habit of getting
Yeah.
specific
Yeah.
with it because it might be different checklists that
Yep.
we're putting.
That's smart. See, this is why I have Osmar on my team, because I would have made that mistake. I would have easily.
Oops. It's a Google Doc, you said?
Yeah. Or a downloadable doc.
That's it?
Yeah. Let's see what it gives you. I don't think people know that you can do this. And I think you have to have GPT-4 to do this. I wanted to show it on 3.5, but GPT-4 is better. But 3.5 will do all of this. I've seen 3.5 do every one of the things that he's showed me, except for, I think, giving you a doc. I do have GPT-4, so we'll see what this looks like.
The persona, we're able to build it out on 3.5. Of course, if you got 4, then you're opening up so much more because you can feed it documents and all type of different like this. You know, you can create documents from it. But yeah, your 3.5, you should be good to go.
And I haven't put these over into GPTs yet, guys. All of that's coming. Like we'll be building out custom GPTs and different things like that. There you go. Checklist here. So we'll make sure that this is available for you guys. Look at that. It just created a Word doc. He's opening up the Word doc of our checklist. Right. It gave us that one. It didn't give us
Nice.
the one with check marks, but he can go back and change it or whatever. But look at that. Right. So now Osmar's a guy on my team. I pay him. Right. But he can then go take this, go put it into our our systems and start getting this out to market, right? So what I was talking about earlier is so true. He built this with me. I took him, he went through the training with me. I went through it at like 4x speed while trying to do other stuff, just so that I had a understanding of all the training he was going through. I told him, I said, hey, this is going to be your project. You're going to own it. You're going to roll it. And man, guys, please blow up the comments. How did Osmar do today? Yeah, just freaking, I can hear the crowd go, wow, man. Right. You did a tremendous job. I'll let you finish it off. I know we've got something special to finish it off.
Yeah, yeah. So we did a lot, right? Not that much time, right? We did go over some hours, right? But Mark, I just got a question for you, right? How much do you think it would cost you, right, to get like a marketing director, not just a marketer, right, but a marketing director
Right.
to get hold of all of this and just have someone on the team to do all this for you? How much do you think that would cost?
I mean, a minimum just to get some of this out. I think I could probably do it for 2 or 3 grand minimum. But that's me being very, very cheap and having to check the work and everything else. If I actually had to hire somebody to do this, I have no idea what it would cost me.
Okay. Um, well, let's go ahead and ask, right? Let's ask GPT. We're gonna go ahead and ask it, right? What did it do for us today? Uh,
What's crazy is this went better than I thought it was gonna go. Because I was like, I already knew all this stuff. It ain't gonna teach me. No, it blew me away again.
No, yeah, it's very, man, this is valuable information. I mean, anybody who has a business or you got a product or I mean, I really think that everybody should have something, right? Have a product or a service that they push out. Let me see.
Oh, got you back.
So today we accomplished quite a few things. We discussed your role and business needs. We did a strategic marketing plan, feedback on using specific language, support for your client. We build a value ladder, ideas,
Jeez.
AI integration checklist. We did a markdown format checklist, adding a consulting call,
Tech bot.
checkbox, right? Training on the clear copywriting method. Wow, man, we did a lot. Social media posts using Clear Method, landing page, Clear Method, created a downloadable AI integration checklist. Okay, so we did a lot, right?
Yep.
Man, we got about a couple hours on this call.
Yep.
Let's see how long it would have took a professional to do this, right?
Ask how many roles, individual roles it would have taken also.
So it's gonna give us like a breakdown, right? Because it's not gonna be a specific time or anything. Um, roles involved, it says marketing director, strategist, copywriter, content creator, designer,
Man, how many
writer for
people did I hire
ChatGPT,
today?
web development, designer, SEO specialist, time estimated, strategy planning and development. So just with the first, when we put in the first prompt, it gave us a strategy plan. Said it could have taken a few hours to several days to come up with that
Right.
plan.
Content writing 2 to 8 hours.
So for a single project encompassing all these tasks, assuming some tasks occur concurrently and accountable for revision and coordination among professionals, it might take anywhere from a few days to several weeks. The duration would heavily depend on the team size, expertise, existing workload, and the level of detail and customization required for each task. In a small business or startup, these roles might be combined or overlapped among a few individuals, potentially speeding up the process, but requiring versatile skill sets. In larger organizations, the work might be spread across specialized departments, which could aid quality but require more coordination and potentially more time. So we're talking a few weeks, right?
Right.
And we're talking a few weeks if you have like top
If
people,
you
right?
have the team.
If you got a team, right? Okay. So it's a lot of time, right? And you got a team. It's not just one person that you need to hire, Mark. We're
Right.
talking about a team.
And we've been
right?
on a Zoom call, by the way, for 2 hours and 40 minutes, guys.
Okay.
We'll get broke up, but we've been on a Zoom call for 2 hours and 40 minutes, had several internet connection breaks and what have you. Now,
Right.
go ahead.
And I'm teaching you, right? I'm giving you some teaching and that throughout this whole process, right? Really, we break it down like the marketing director strategist, the strategy you did, it did it in about a minute. Copywriter, it did it in about a minute, right? Content design, did it about a minute. So all this took about 7-8 minutes, right, to do.
Right.
Oh, the question, the golden question, right? How much would it have cost to do this?
Yeah.
So this is where I want you to really, I'm sure you know, I'm sure you know how much it costs. I'm sure you know that it's not cheap. I'm sure you know that the difficulty of finding a good marketing director, good copywriter, right? That's gonna
50 to $150 per
side,
hour.
and,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
Jeff said in his course, he said he used to get paid $10,000 to write one landing page, right? Because he had his clear copywriting method and he was known for that, right? And that's what we just used, um, along with a lot of other tools.
right,
If you don't mind, go back through those again at the very top.
yeah, marketing director strategists. Freelance rates range from $50 to $200 per hour. Copywriter, 50 to 150 per hour. Content creator, 50 to 150 per hour. Technical writer, AI specialist, 50 to 100 per hour. Web developer, designer, 50 to 200 an hour. SEO specialist, 50 to 150 an hour. Given these ranges, a single project encompassing strategy, content creation, design, technical writing, web development, and SEO would cost anywhere from a few $1,000s to over $10,000, especially if the work is outsourced to experienced professionals. For example, and we only want professionals for our business, right?
Right.
Or we don't want
Right.
to be hiring
Right. Yeah,
anybody that doesn't know.
if you're gonna come in and do my course and then say, hey, I didn't get any value and we were able to give you this much value, don't sign up. Don't come join with me, right?
Right?
Because I want people that understand that, especially guys that have been in business, understand the value that we just created. If you don't see the value after what we just showed, you're probably not a good fit for us.
No. And you got to be Stevie Wonder to not see the value, right?
I would say, yeah,
Stevie Wonder will see the value.
absolutely.
So, man, I mean, and this is just a call, right? This is just one call.
Oh,
We literally saved you at least $2,000, right, on this one call. We saved you 6,500, right? You got a landing page out of it. You got a very detailed strategic marketing plan out of it. It's up to you, Mark. It's up to you, man. The real importance of this training, right? This course is what are you gonna do with it, right? Because we're putting all of it on the table for you. Man, I really, do you see the value in this persona?
yeah. Now I have to be which I do because I've done some business and we have some channels and some engines to get this stuff out. And I think that's the next thing, right? What's your engine? What's your thing that you're using to get this stuff going? Because it's like we said, it's not just GPT, right? We didn't just cover GPT today, guys. We covered copywriting. We covered instructing, prompting, right? We covered website design. We covered creating lead magnets. We covered all of those things. Honestly, man, like I still can't believe we are here today. Like I can't believe that this is the technology that we have, and so many people don't even know about it. They have no idea how it's impacting their business, and it is impacting their business right now.
Oh yeah.
Not it's going to, yeah, it's coming. No, it's happening. I'm on the forefront of every channel that I can possibly be in on what's happening inside of AI, and I am clued into what's going on. It's happening. It's happening. Businesses and operators are moving to efficiency because one of our biggest expenses is people. We didn't even cover that. Yeah, I would have had to hire all these people, but guess what? Somebody's going to have to run all those people because I'm not smart enough to tell them all what I'll do on all of that. But AI is, right? So, by the way, I am just blown away, Osmar. You killed it today, even with all the interruptions. Yeah, man, I
I
am.
got I
I'm.
got one question for you. If you
Yeah,
can answer me this question, what was the most valuable part of the session for you?
I honestly think how we build on top of it, especially somebody who's been using GPT a lot, it really matters what we say, which is really cool to me because that's real. And that fits my brand, which is real, right? It matters what we say, and it matters how we prompt these computers. And I think that means something. And I think that needs to be educated. I think how we teach these computers needs to be educated, right? Because we just watched you go from a blank GPT to one that's fully educated on my business, specifically for what I want. And it's created, and it can create all the marketing that I need. You just created a marketing director that would cost me a marketing team essentially that would cost me almost $10,000 a month if I wanted to continue to produce that, right? So much value. I have no idea which thing. I think it's just the entire of it coming together and then handing this project over to you. And I think my excitement is how well you implemented it, to be honest with you. But I I love it, man. I love everything about it. I don't know what to say. I'm blown away. Like I said a second ago, I think to have that marketing director on my team with all those people, it would cost me 5 to 10 grand a month. And now I have it by one consult call. It's pretty powerful.
And we do follow up with you, right? Whatever you need help with, we are here. We've been doing it for a long time. We know what to do. I know I'm not saying that you're gonna be perfect at this. I know you're gonna run into some questions, some roadblocks. We're here to help out. Mark, I am working on expanding this operation. And we do, need help, from overall business owners. Can I share some of the experiences that I have here with you on testimonials for future clients?
Absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Mark, you have your AI persona. Uh, Put it to work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, everybody that's on the call. Heard your call.
God bless you guys. The AI real estate investor.com/consult. Hit us up.
We're here. We're here.